if you do get incarcerated, or if you're doing something that's going to get you incarcerated, or whatever the case is, and you end up getting incarcerated or being in prison, man, change yourself for the better.
Yeah.
I get it, because at one point in time, I mean, just being honest, that was me.
Appreciate you for sitting down with me.
Man, what's going on?
Hey, man, you already know, man. Same old. Nah, once again, you with Chef Anthony Thomas and
Mr. Alex Diya.
And it's a day in our shoes.
Day in our shoes.
So, as you know, we love to talk about topics that a lot of platforms don't like to necessarily speak on, or they kind of try to sweep under the rug and act like it doesn't exist.
Right.
So, one thing I want to talk to you about is something I know that you have lived through and myself lived through. We've had the experiences with is mass incarceration. African American males occupy the majority of the federal system, state system as well. I don't really know the statistics, but I can tell you that being in the federal bureaus and in the state bureaus, that you see that we are the majority in there.
Right.
And we're the minority in the United States. One thing I can tell you is that we are 12% of the United States population. But to be 12% of the United States population and to be the majority of prison population, something isn't right. That math isn't adding up to me.
Right, correct. Prison, man. Federal prison.
Mm-hmm.
Is yeah, when you get honestly, prison is prison. I don't care if you look at it camp, low, medium, high. Prison is prison.
You let them know, that they're actual different institutions based on your criminal level. So
definitely,
if you are a high level offender or you've had multiple infractions and you're part of recidivism, you will be placed in the USP, which is U.S. Penitentiary.
Definitely.
Medium is for individuals who've either worked their way down or aren't as high as going to a USP.
Right.
Low is for lower individuals who may have had a couple brushes with the law. And camp usually is for individuals who have either exhibited great behavior and worked their way down to camp status.
Right.
Camp status is a prison that, of course, doesn't have any type of fence and has lower levels, it's lower security level. Right. And it's for individuals who probably have had barely any brushes with the law.
Right. I was at Lewisburg at the camp, of course I was for a white collar crime.
Correct.
So of course if you go, a lot of these camps really, they house white collar criminals.
Correct.
Twice a day.
3 times a day.
I think it was 3 times.
3 times.
And they do a count, and basically you got to stand next to your bunk, and they come around, count, make sure they count all the people, all those who are incarcerated, to make sure everybody's accounted for.
And no one escaped.
No one escaped. Because like he said, no fences, no nothing. I fell asleep in the TV room. Okay, mind you, and why? And I know probably some people probably asking how you fall asleep. Okay, in prison, and this is camp to penitentiary. In prison, when you watch TV, you use headphones. Mm-hmm. You gotta purchase a little Walkman or whatever, or MP3.
Correct.
Because everything is programmed through a certain station, and you come on your headphones. When they made the announcement of the count, I didn't hear it. I wasn't even hip because this is my first time in the system. I was like, I'm fresh off the street. Like, basically, I missed the count. That give you a hard time for no reason, that'll go in your cell and mess it up, like tear it up, just because they can.
Mm-hmm. And there's nothing you can do about it.
And there's nothing you can do about it. And if you think there's something you can do about it, they're gonna send you to the SHU. Now the SHU is 23-1, which is solitary confinement.
Mm-hmm. Special housing unit. SHU. SHU, special housing unit.
Yes. It's in the penitentiary. Bruh, when I say I was like, literally, first of all, when I say I was scared to death, dog, because mind you, Lewisburg houses, you can do your research, Lewisburg houses some of the most notorious criminals. Mm-hmm. Got it, I'm fresh from Miami, I'm feeling good, you know what I mean? ran into my man Ra. I mean my man Raul. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm sure quite a few people know him. Shout out my man Raul. You know what I'm saying? He was at Lewisburg with me, but it was like, when I say it was just something else. Like, I felt like that's where my life really, like, life got real. Mm-hmm. Like, Lewisburg, I came into a cell. Lewisburg cells are like small as shit. Okay, I came into the cells, 2 dudes already in there. Mm-hmm. So I'm the third. I gotta sleep on the floor. Mm-hmm. Matt, this thin, bro. Mm-hmm. This thin. So basically, I'm sleeping on concrete.
And a thin piece of cover. That's all they give you is one little cover.
It's a hot pipe running down all the way through, down the floors or whatever. Mm-hmm. Which is that's where the heat coming from. But imagine having to take a blanket and having to cover it because it could get too hot. Where the pipe running through is a hole a little bit, and they pepper spraying, and it's coming up. We choking like hell. And being incarcerated, it can either make you or it can break you. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
There's only one way to look at it. You're either going to try to figure out a way to commit your crime that lands you there better.
Right.
You're going to find another crime that will be a little easier in your opinion. Mm-hmm. Or you're going to say, I can put all this behind me and I can focus on something that would, help me generate money and, take care of my family, take care of myself. And, ultimately, the only person who can make that decision is you.
Right. Definitely. I mean, you got... And it's so funny because you come across in prison. I can say when I got to Allenwood, because Allenwood was a much better facility. I can say when I got to Allenwood, I was at Allenwood Low. Okay, mm-hmm. I'm in the Low. Now I done graduated to the Low. Okay, I was in the camp chilling. Now I'm in the Low. So
the security level.
Yeah, so it's like when I got there though, really the people, like, you're gonna meet all types of people, mm-hmm. and there's a lot of dudes in there. Like, it's a lot of dudes in there that I could say that gave, like, when I got to Allenwood, gave me some game. Like, had me looking at things differently. Had me thinking differently. Had me feeling like when I come out, I'm moving differently because they was giving me some game. Like, saying, like, yeah, you gotta watch the company you keep. You gotta watch certain people, even the people that you call your friends that are real cool with you. All right, where they at now? How many times they came to see you when you was up here?
And how many of them did?
Yeah, how many of them? Like, all types of things like that. Like, prison, really, that life of prison, like you said, is like all about how you carry it. I know something changed from when you were in, you know what I'm saying? Like, when you went in back then to the person when you came out, you know what I'm saying? Because something changed me. I know for a fact. I don't think the same. I don't look at things the same. You know what I'm saying?
It'll mature you though.
Definitely.
So being around a bunch of men who are, structured and routine and who have made this facility their ultimate home,
right?
It will make you say this. Well, it made them say this to you. You're not going to come onto my compound, to my house where I reside with your 28 months or your 32 months playing games.
Right.
Because we've been here for 12 years and we still have 10 more to go. So they'll teach you, respect, principles, morals. And these are things that I honestly never walked in there with, but left out the door with every last one of them.
Right.
And coming home and seeing individuals who still don't have these type of, this mentality,
right?
It kind of frustrates me because I'm like, we're the same age, and there's certain things that I just don't tolerate anymore that I once maybe would have, and it's because I went in there and learned these things from these individuals. So, they say all criminals and people in jail are all bad people. I don't think that they're all bad people.
Oh, absolutely not.
I think that there's some really good people on that side who have made some very bad decisions.
Absolutely.
And if they were given an opportunity to come out and do it all over again, that they would, change.
It's
because honestly, we both know prison isn't the physical being there. Physically being here, I just know I'm here. It's mentally what starts to play with you.
Definitely.
That's why I suggest everybody who comes home from prison to talk to a therapist. You're not less of an individual for seeking therapy. But being able to just sit back and just talk about your traumas that you dealt with while you were in there, the different things, the different issues, what you saw, what you may have dealt with. But my biggest issues were not being able to have my everyday routine. to not be able to change the channel on what I wanted to watch. Because there were TV rooms, as you spoke about earlier, where, oh, this is the Love and Hip Hop room. Oh, this is the news room. Okay, this is the daytime TV room where they watch daytime TV. Jerry Springer.
Man, there's been people that was there years before you, so you're not about to come in and change no routine or try to gang or try to like bully gang some type of shit. No, ain't none of that going on.
Those TVs are set. They're grandfathered in by an individual who already runs those channels.
Exactly.
Now you may have a time where nobody's in those TV rooms and you can just operate it how you want.
Right.
But guess what? If you're in a whole other state and you like the state you in's news, like me, I like my local news. I couldn't watch it.
Right.
I had to wait till the newspaper got sent in. You know what I'm saying? So I would read my Washington Post. I read my USA Today and even the Washington Examiner. But before that, I just wasn't being kept up with the news. So a lot of stuff that transpired in DC, I wasn't able to keep up with. So we were able to email, which is a great luxury. So I'm able to email people, email family, but the downside to that, it takes 3 hours for them to get your message.
Right.
It takes them, when they respond, it takes 3 hours to come back. So it's a 6 hour gap.
Right.
So you may go back to the computer after an hour and they haven't even got your message. So you may be thinking of something else you want to respond to them. So imagine if you send me a text message right now and I don't get it for 3 hours.
Yeah.
And then when I send one back to you,
I don't get it for 3 hours.
Good morning, bro.
Yeah.
By the time you say good morning back, it's nighttime.
Right.
That was something that, to this day, I still am grateful to have overcome that, because I can send you a message right now and you can get it like this.
Right.
But I just remember them days, just like, I got so much I want to tell this individual, and I just can't tell it to them because of the delay. Right. And chances are, they may not even check it.
Prison or being incarcerated ain't where it's at.
It's not.
Is a lot of the, don't get me wrong, I'm not, like I said, I'm not perfect. I did my crime, I did what I did. I did what I did because I wanted to do what I do. Nobody forced me into doing what I wanted to do. I did it because I did it because that's what I wanted to do. I like money. I love money. You know what I'm saying? Money is the root of all evil, correct? I like money. I like nice things. I like the whole, you know how it used to be. You remember love ain't even over no more. But you remember love, bottles. You know what I'm saying? Like nice cars, nice clothes,
nice alcohol. You like designer stuff. You like
all that.
You like
everything,
vehicles.
Everything.
You like Supreme gasoline.
Nigga, you feel me? Nigga,
you don't like
back then. Nigga wasn't even buying regular gas. No. Niggas filling up. You know what I'm saying? You going to the strip club? I loved the strip club back then. My thing back then, going to strip club, spend $600, $700, $800. Bad as that, I mean, of course, you know, there's gonna be people that's gonna look down and be like, oh, $600, $800, that ain't nothing. You ain't spending no money. But
I mean, that's what you wanted to spend.
That's cool.
You would have spent $600 and then made 60 grand that day.
That was my time. That was, you know what I'm saying? I had my time. I've done I've paid my debt society and I had my time. I'm out the way. Mind you, he's switching over from Ed, who was, if you don't mind me saying, because I mean, you know, I'm your man, I'm your guy, so I know. So you went from Ant, who was getting like Ant did the swiper, Ant swipe Ant. You feel me? My man was getting it. Like, let's be for real. They was getting money, but you went from this guy who was getting all types of money, driving Range Rovers, BMWs, had Gucci, Louis bottles all night, every night, to now. You're having to set your life back up. You're getting a new start. You're having to set your life back up, and this is what you're doing. I just wanted to give them that quick overview of how you switched over.
And I'm glad you did that. So, come home, March 6, 2014, no vehicle.
Look at that.
No car.
Hold on. But you went in.
You
went in with a what?
I went in with a
Range Rover, right? Yeah.
Sold it before I left.
Yeah. Okay.
Come home, no car, no driver's license.
Look at that.
And I'm just a guy in a halfway house with $6,000 to my name. That's it.
After all that,
$6,000. I had to pay lawyers.
Right.
I had to pay for bail to get out on all these previous cases I had. I had to take care of myself while I was in there. I come home with $6,000. So now what I do? I build a website, create my Instagram. I'm like, I gotta find a way to market myself through this free app and show people that even though I had this past, if they know about this past, that my food outshines anything that I may have previously done. And I think that I've done a good job at doing that over the past 6 years. But it hasn't always been easy. You have to be able to provide content, quality content, presentation on the plate, great food, and an experience. So I started, of course, I still had the LLC, created the LLC, Chef Anthony Events. At that time, it was called Chef Anthony Events and Catering. I decided to take the catering off. I'm like, man, I don't want to even be considered in the category of catering. I want to be considered Chef Anthony Events because I'm going to provide your event with an entire experience from beginning to end. Now, whether that's you pouring drinks, or you setting up the decor, me setting up the food on presentation platters, not just on hot dishes and whatnot.
And we do it all.
I do everything. He's going to bring the experience from all the back end of it. So being able to provide this entire experience, I just dropped the whole and catering off the end and just provide Chef Anthony Events. And, being able to provide content, quality content. Everybody knows when you provide food, the food can be delicious. Right. But if it looks horrible on the plate, people tend to kind of like, what I want people to do every time I put a plate in front of them is be like, oh, I got to take a picture of this before I eat it. Because I want it to be like artwork. That's why it's called culinary arts. Definitely. It's a form of art. So presenting, whether I'm presenting on a platter or just on a plate for someone to eat, I want them to be able to see, okay, this is artwork. Right. I made 6 figures last year.
They don't even know.
Nobody knows.
They don't even know.
And as a fucking felon.
They don't even know.
As a felon, you can do it. But I'm not saying you got to go to jail to become a felon to be able to make 6 figures. No. Right. You can do this without it. If I can go back and change it up, maybe I wouldn't have broke the law. It could have been just straight on the straight and narrow, just doing all personal chef, private chef, catering, anything related to food, and not been sidetracked by breaking the law. Right. Now, granted, it molds you, as you said, into the individual who you are today, but at what expense? You lose 26 months, but granted, you don't even lose 26 months. You don't lose the amount of time they take from you. They take away the time prior to you getting sentenced. So the time you get caught, to the time you get sentenced, that's time. Right. The time you get sentenced, to the time you turn yourself in, to the time you turn yourself in, to the time you get out, from the time you get out to the time you finish probation. By the time you finish that, that's about 8-9 years. I started in 11. I didn't get all probation to 17. That's 6 years of the system having a hold of you. So now, you did all that for what? To make that money and to pop the bottles and wear designer stuff? I mean, granted, it was extremely funny. Yes, it makes you who you are, but there's other avenues to making good money and living your life on this side of the fence. Right. I never want to get caged in no box. As you see, my expertise is culinary arts, cooking, providing personal chef services. Right. But I also will go do a speaking engagement. Right. I'll also go write a book.
Career day.
Actually, and I got 4 books. So, and the books are all different. You got a recipe book for kids. You got an illustration book, and you got a meal prep.
Y'all make sure y'all go get them books too. Check them out. He on Amazon,
Barnes and Noble,
all that. He got all the books. You remember you cooking your kids for some food and shit. I was, I didn't need to break law. I didn't come from no ghetto upbringing. Yeah. I came from a very middle, damn near high class family. Like I came from money. Like not to sound like that, but I'm just saying. A lot of people in situations they do. I mean, I know a lot of people they came from fucked up situations.
Yeah. I'm just saying, and they kind of not necessarily had to,
but
it was kind of like kind of grandfather.
Exactly.
Like,
but me, I'm the funny thing with my situation. I didn't have to do none of the stuff I did. I did it because it might have been a lot of influence or like people I was hanging around, or and a lot of it had to do with I just wanted I was curious. With me, a lot of curiosity kills me.